welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, welcome. I'm Deidre. If you're returning, it's great to see you. So I've already filmed this video and I'm refilming it because I decided to try something new. I tried to film it on the laptop and edit it with different software. The editing software was not user-friendly in my opinion. I couldn't see the layers. Like on her screen, it showed like you could see the layers, but mine were just like little slivers, so I couldn't see where things were dropping in, and then it wouldn't let me insert like my little clippy thing. It was just a whole thing. So we're refilming. Yay! So this video are my 5 top budgeting mistakes that I make with my budget. So every morning I sit down, I go over my budget, and I look and see how things are going. Kumiko recommends doing that every morning. And so as you know, I do generally follow the budget method by the budget by paycheck method by TBM. And I'm still learning. Everything's a learning process. That's fine. And I made some realizations yesterday that y'all have probably realized before now. But I wanted to share with you the 5 budgeting mistakes that I'm noticing that I'm making consistently and how I think I can correct those issues. So the very first one is forgetting about subscriptions. It's literally listed in my budget book, memberships and subscriptions. But the problem is it's at the beginning of the book. And as I'm working through my months, I forget to go back and check. So what I'm going to do, and McAfee wasn't even on there. That was one of the surprise ones. So I have a McAfee subscription for my other laptop that my husband uses for work now that charges me annually. I got a surprise $99 renewal fee on my credit card that I wasn't expecting. So now when I do my budget worksheets, like showing my debt payoff calculator things, you're going to see that my credit card balance went up because I got this words are hard. This surprise subscription I wasn't expecting because I didn't have it in my book and I didn't have it on my monthly calendar. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through my memberships and I'm going to write them on the month that they're due so that I remember about these subscriptions. I think I told you, why am I having a hard time with surprised today? I also got surprised with ABC Mouse a couple of months ago, and they wouldn't even let me cancel it for the current year. They literally billed me out for another year and they won't let me cancel it till next year. So I told my son, you need to use it over the next year, and then that one's gone. My second one, forgetting about quarterly bills. For instance, my trash is quarterly. I didn't write it down in the budget book. I just wait till the bill comes and I pay it, which is fine. But what I'm trying to do is zero-based budget, and I'm trying to be realistic with my numbers, and I'm trying to share them with y'all. And I don't have a bill on here that I'm supposed to have. That's a problem. So I need to go back through and put down my quarterly bills. I think trash might be my only one. But again, I'm going to go back and I'm going to check and see which ones I have quarterly. So I'm going to do that. Number 3. Y'all, I'm having a hard time today. It's Friday, thank God, TGIF. Number 3, I'm still using credit cards. I've been better. I've taken it down. But for instance, just 2 days ago, I had to charge $220 on my credit card. Why, you ask? Because my doctor's office has decided not to discuss the cost of delivery with me, and they are randomly charging me $200 at random visits. So I'm going in expecting to pay $40, and I'm walking into a $220 bill. So where I had $40 sitting in my checking account ready to pay my copay, and then I get a $220 bill. Well, I tried a zero-based budget. I'm not great at it yet. I'm getting there. But I didn't have $220. So I spoke to the office manager and I said, look, nobody has gone over with me the cost of delivery. I really need you to go through my billing and I need you to tell me what I'm going to be expected to pay every time I walk in the door, because I need to know. I don't want any more surprise $200 bills when I walk in the door, because that's a lot of money when you're not expecting to come up with that kind of money. So I let them know that. So hopefully that can nip it. I am so looking forward to getting Home Depot paid off in a couple of months so I can knock out some of these credit cards and get them closed. I know that they recommend not closing credit cards, but truly I need to close some credit cards. I have way too many of them open. I just need to pick a few of my favorites and close out the rest. Like, I'll probably keep the ones with higher limits because those limits will eventually go up as I pay off other stuff. But these like smaller rinky-dink cards or whatever, I just need to close things. I need to close Tord. I need to close Lane Bryant. I need to close probably Carter's, even though I use it for my son. But like, I just need to close these things because they're not doing me any favors. So using credit cards. Number 4, I'm not sticking to my budgeted amounts. Sometimes I have a reason, sometimes I don't. So for instance, what I mean by that. So for this paycheck today, I budgeted $100 for groceries. Last week I budgeted $150. I only spent like $119. So I didn't spend the full $150. But I did spend, like I said, $119. This week I go in and look at my cart because I've been adding things, throughout the week. $273. That is almost 3 times what I had budgeted for. So I started looking at the items in my cart to see, why is it so expensive? What I realized is we needed dog food, and cat litter. That's $60.53. I did need some lotion, and so that was $11.10. I actually, since I wrote that down, I went back into the app and I found a generic version of the Aveeno lotion for like $8. So I was able to get that down. My son's allergy medication, that was $32.10. We still need to get toilet paper and trash bags from Costco. That's another $40 or $50. I did have 2 packages of those soft baked cookies in the cart that were like $9.12. I removed those because we don't need them. Do I have other stuff in the cart that we don't need? Yes, but sometimes you need to have a little treat here or there. I do have those Happy Waters in the cart for my son because it is very hot here and I want him to stay hydrated. I have 3 boxes of those, so that's like 36 of them for $15.54. I also have some pre-made protein shakes in there for myself. I am a gestational diabetic. I do have to have quick protein access sometimes. So I have the powder that I use on a daily basis, but sometimes it's nice to have a quick shake that I can grab and like run out the door to swim. Or if I'm, helping my husband tomorrow with the garage sale and I just need something to get my energy up or my sugars up, quick protein shake that I don't have to make. I can just grab it and go. Those are $25.97. If I removed everything from my grocery, like the dog food, the cat food, the litter, the self-care, the medication, the cookies, which I already took out, the waters, the protein shakes, if I took all of that out, I'd be at $119. So I'm only a little over my $100 budget, but this particular grocery trip, I was going to purchase meat. So I have some chicken breast and some pork chops in there. I haven't bought meat other than like hamburger occasionally in weeks. And so we were trying to get a little bit of meat so we have some fresh things to cook. I'm okay spending $119 and going over that budget a little bit because, again, we don't buy meat a whole lot. So that was something that I'm okay with that. Because, again, last week I didn't spend the full $150, so if I spend $119, that's fine. But in reality, I still have to buy the cat food. I still have to buy the cat litter and the dog food and the medication for my son and the toilet paper and the trash bags. The other stuff isn't a need. It's a want. Yes, the protein shakes are nice. Do I need them? Technically, no. But again, I do have to think ahead because I am a gestational diabetic. I need to have easy, quick things on hand. So what I have realized is, when you're going through the program, they tell you to set up your budget categories. And so you do your best, right? You go through your budget, you look at your spending, you try your best to narrow it down. But when I initially started trying to narrow it down, I had so many sinking funds and so many cash envelopes that it was literally overwhelming me. And so I haven't contributed to any of those in so long. And so now I'm like, okay, we need to back up a little bit. So what do I realize now that I need? Pets. I need a pet envelope for dog food, cat food, medicine, all of vet appointments, all of those things. I need a pet envelope. Self-care, that one's not that important. I don't spend a ton on lotions and things or body washes, but I do sometimes. So that's not something I necessarily have to build into my budget yet, but it is something I do need to, because for instance, my skincare, I have to buy that about every 3 to 6 months. It's expensive. I use Sunday Riley products. They are expensive. I try and get them on sale or discounted or whatever I can, but they're expensive products. It is what it is, but that's how it is. My son's medications, not just his, but mine. I had to go buy my diabetic supplies the other day. That was $40. I hadn't budgeted $40 for a prescription medication, but I had to go buy it because I needed it. So I need to have a medication, allergy, diabetic, all of that. It all needs to fall under that umbrella. Household, toilet paper, and even self-care can probably fall under household, because literally it's just lotion and body wash and hair, shampoo, that kind of stuff can fall under that, I think, as well. But household, for toilet paper, trash bags, paper towels, things that I need for every member of my household. I think that would be a good budget to have, or an envelope or category. So I have to decide, do I want to try and do cash for these? Or do I want to just rename one of my accounts, whatever it is. I wish my credit union allowed me to do buckets kind of like Ally does, but they don't. And I don't want to send all my money to Ally, because then I don't have access to it when I need to buy these things. But it takes a few days to transfer from Ally. So maybe I open a checking account at Ally and get a card for them maybe. And then that way I can put it in my bucket at Ally. And then when I need to buy dog food or cat food or whatever, I can transfer it over. I don't know. I need to figure out how I want to do that particular method. Or maybe I just get cash and I keep it in an envelope, and then I can just go pay cash for it. I just don't normally go into the store. Or maybe if I know I need dog food and cat food, I see how much it is, I deposit that money into my checking account. And maybe I do that. I don't know. I have to figure out how I'm going to do these categories, but these are necessities now I'm seeing, because it's blowing my budget. Ridiculously blowing my budget. And then 5, I'm overspending. I go to Target and spend $70. I take my son to Carter's because he needs a swimsuit, swim trunks and a rash guard, but then I end up buying him flip-flops and sunglasses and other clothes that, I bought him an outfit. And so $170 later, we walk out of Carter's. Did he need any of that stuff? No. The second bathing suit was important, because between swim lessons and then going to his granny and grandpa's, or if we go to a water park or anything, it is nice to have a second swimsuit for him so I don't have to constantly wash the same one over and over again. So overspending, that's definitely a problem. I need to rein it in. Amazon purchases, Target, whatever. So I've been better, but I could still improve. My husband has his moments. So, but I really am trying to get a rein in on our budget. And so I need to have a sit down conversation with my husband and be like, hey, these are the areas that we're spending in. And maybe I can pull my bank statements and check those. So that I can go to him with numbers and say, look, this is how much we're spending on Amazon every month. And this is how much we're spending at Target and all of these other places. Where can we cut costs? I do like to eat out. I have been better about eating out now that I'm a diabetic, but I still like to eat out sometimes, I've actually been really proud of my husband this week. I've asked him a few times if he wants to go out to eat, and he tells me no. So, and then we cook at home. Last night I asked him, because I was tired, he was tired. And he's like, no, let's just eat at home tonight. We have stuff. So I was like, okay, fine. I have stuff I bought for bean burritos. Do you want bean burritos? He's like, yeah, that'd be great. So while he went to go pick up my son, I cut up lettuce, cut my finger. I cut up tomatoes. I made refried beans. And by made them, I mean I opened a can and poured them in the pan. I made homemade quesadillas with some corn tortillas for my son and my husband. And I had a couple too, like little triangles. I had cheese ready, and I had all the toppings. I had everything all laid out. So by the time they got home, dinner was done. And it was nice to just sit down and enjoy dinner right away. So it's things like that we both need to rein in. But I just wanted to share my 5 mistakes that I'm noticing that I'm making with my budget and share them with y'all so that you know I do recognize it if you noticed it before I did. But these are the things that we're going to work on. So when we do our next budget video, hopefully in the next few days I can film it, because I'm just waiting for my husband's check to go in so I can make payments, so I can finish out. I'm trying to be more cognizant, and so I've been trying to fill out the debt snowball trackers as I'm making payments and payments are updating. But I just wanted to share these things with you and share kind of how I'm going to adjust going forward. So I hope you guys like this video and you'll subscribe down below, and I'll talk to you later. Bye, y'all.